and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. It's getting darker earlier, it's 5:45 and I've had to put the light on inside. It's insanio. So if there's a bit of glare, well, there's not too much glare, I think we'll be okay. Today I'm going to be talking about the books that I'm planning on reading in the month of October. So in October there are 2 bookish events going on. The books that I'm going to be reading on those bookish events are not included in this TBR, so there's going to be 2 upcoming TBRs as well. The first one is Cozy Reading Night in October, so autumn Cozy Reading Night, the Cozy Reading Night that started all the Cozy Reading Nights. It will be on the 20th of October, which is a Friday. I'm going to do a proper announcement video as I always do, but just to get it up, I'd already said on Twitter what day it was going to be, so I'll be doing a TBR for that, and also Mercedes at the channel Mercy's Bookish Muse, in order to celebrate her wonderful achievement of reaching 30,000 subscribers, is doing a like an autumn readathon. So there's some really good, I've been chatting to her about that, and there's going to be some really good sort of goals to meet there, so I'll be doing a TBR for that as well. So aside from that, this is my TBR of October, so there's quite a lot of books here, and I'm aware that I'm going to be reading more books on the Cozy Reading Night and during Mercedes readathon as well. So here are just a few books that I'm planning on reading. The first, I will start with my book club books. The first one that I'm going to be reading for my online book club is The Couple Next Door by Shari Lapena, or Lapena. This is as it was October, I gave the book clubbers that I book club with the choice of either rereading Twilight or reading a thriller. And only one person went for rereading Twilight, so I was completely shocked about that. So we've gone for this thriller, which is all about a couple who, well, I'll read you the back and then we can discover together. Your neighbour told you she didn't want your 6-month-old daughter at the dinner party. Nothing personal, she just couldn't stand her crying. Your husband said it would be fine. After all, you only live next door. You'll have the baby monitor and you'll take it in turns to go back every half hour. Your daughter was sleeping when you checked on her last, but now as you race up the stairs in your deathly quiet house, your worst fears are realised. She's gone. You've never had to call the police before, but now they're in your home. Who knows what they'll find there? What would you be capable of when pushed past your limit? So yeah, the other book I'm reading, I bloody forgotten what it's called. The Ballroom, and it's by Anna someone. That is all I know. I believe it's about a, I might be wrong, but I think it is about an asylum. No, it's not. Maybe it's about a mental health care home, and it's set in an old asylum, and every month they have a ballroom dance in this massive ballroom, I think. I can't be sure. I'll insert a picture of it here and I'll let you know how I get on with it, obviously. But that's what's going, those are my 2 book club books. So also throughout the month of October, Jenny King at the booktube channel Jenny King is running a Gothic read-along. So throughout the month, one book that they are reading that I've already read is The Birds by Daphne du Maurier, but they're also reading these 3 books, which I just so happen to have, so I thought I would love to join in with the Gothic read-along. So the first one is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. This is my Penguin Cloth-bound Classics edition. I like to reread Wuthering Heights every year, and I didn't reread it last year. I really like it, and I often say I really like it, but I fucking hate everyone in it because they're all idiots. So I'm really looking forward to rereading this, particularly at this time of year. It's the perfect time of year. As I said, nights are drawing in, blustery, etc. So I will definitely be rereading that. That's the first one we're starting with. And then I can't remember the order. I will link Jenny's channel down below. But we're also going to be reading The Loney by Andrew Michael Hurley, which says here, 2 brothers, one mute, the other his lifelong protector. Year after year, their family visits the same sacred shrine on a desolate strip of coastline known as the Loney in desperate hope of a cure. In the long hours of waiting, the boys are left alone. They cannot resist the causeway revealed with every turn of the treacherous tide, the old house they glimpsed at its end. Many years on, Hanny is a grown man, no longer in need of his brother's care. But then the child's body is found, and the Loney always gives up its secret in the end. So yeah, Stuart, my sister's husband, who I bought this for, he said it's pretty bleak, and yeah, it's got a pretty gothic front cover. It won the Costa Book Award in 2015. So yeah, looking forward to reading that. And then the last one, which I'm super excited for, is The Little Stranger by Sarah Waters. So recently read Tipping the Velvet, absolutely adored it. And then want to get into some Sarah Waters, and saw that the Gothic read-along, one of the ones they were reading, was The Little Stranger, which I've heard is super duper creepy. And it says here, in a dusty post-war summer in rural Warwickshire, a doctor is called to a patient at lonely Hundreds Hall. Home to the Ayres family for over 2 centuries, the Georgian house, once grand and handsome, is now in decline. Its masonry crumbling, its gardens choked with weeds, its owners, mother, son and daughter, struggling to keep pace with a changing society. But are the Ayreses haunted by something more sinister than a dying way of life? Little does Dr. Faraday know how closely and how terrifyingly their story is about to become entwined with his. Sounds creepy! And then just also, I wanted to continue the sort of like creepy, like thriller feel of things that are going on. So I just searched my shelves, and 2 books that I've recently mentioned in my haul, I thought I would read this month, hopefully, is the first one is Lullaby by Layla Slimani. This is a thriller translated from the French, and it's about a woman who decides to return to work, and her husband and her pick this amazing nanny who they absolutely adore, and then they're a bit concerned about her, and their sort of like idyllic life is shattered. So yeah, that sounds great. And then also The Rattled Bones by S.M. Parker. So it says here, Mainbred Independent. This is I got from Box Habit, and it's annotated by the author throughout, which is super excited. So it's super exciting, but I don't actually know much about the book. So if I just shut up for a minute, I can read it. It says here, Mainbred, excuse me, Mainbred Independent Rilla Bray is no stranger to the deep. She knows the rhythms of hard work and harder seas, but when she experiences the sudden death of her father, the veil between the living and the dead blurs, and she begins to be haunted by a girl on a nearby uninhabited island. The girl floats a song over the waves, and it's beautiful and terrifying, familiar and distant. And then the last 2 books I've got here, this is one I've got out from the library, which I'm super excited about. It is Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls. It is a selection of very, very short stories, just and a beautiful art piece of amazing women throughout history. So if I just pick at random, for instance, we could pick Maria Sibylla Meridian, who is a naturalist, and this amazing picture of her. And they all sort of start, I think they all start once upon a time. So, or once... Oh no, not all of them. There's another one about Misty Copeland, the ballerina. Yeah, it just looks amazing. And throughout October, I'm going to be reading one of these a night before I go to bed, and just sort of posting pictures on my Instagram about all the amazingness in it. And then the last thing that I've had sent to me, which hasn't even appeared in a book haul yet, but I'm super duper duper pumped for. I had this sent to me by Waterstones. It is The Invisible Child and the Fir Tree by Tove Jansson. It is absolutely beautiful book. Look at it. It's a Moomin story, and each sale of this book, it costs £4.99, and every sale of this book, £4 will be donated to Oxfam, and this will support women and girls projects worldwide. So I'm super excited to read this. I'm super excited. Like, I just love the front cover of it. I think it's amazing. It's the gorgeousest little book ever, and just the fact that you'll be supporting women and girls worldwide is amazing. So I was kind enough to have this sent to me by Waterstones, but I'll be making a donation to Oxfam Women and Girls Projects because I think it's an amazing idea. So those are the books that I'm planning on reading in the month of October. What are you guys planning on reading? Are you joining in with the Gothic read-along? Are you looking forward to Cozy Reading Night? Are you joining in? Are you going to be joining in with Mercedes readathon? And what Gothic-y things are you going to be reading? Are you going to be reading any thrillers? What is going on? And I will see you all again on Friday for another BookTube video.